What's up, y'all? This is Madmave. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another review. Today we're about to review the new movie from Fox called Bohemian Rhapsody. If you haven't heard of Queen, most likely you probably have listened to their music, like things like We Are the Champions, and Everyone Bites the Dust, Bohemian Rhapsody. This is about this band, about Queen, and how they became who they are. When it comes to the lead singer, he is known as like one of the greatest lead singers of all time. I was a person that has heard their songs early in my years, plenty of times. Things like Wayne's World when it comes to Bohemian Rhapsody, or like other movies that I've heard him in. Mighty Ducks when it comes to We Are the Champions comes to mind. But for people that haven't heard about this band, this is a good movie for you to probably check out if you're interested. It's a story that definitely has drama. It definitely just still gives you levity, and it's a very great, paceful movie. It definitely gives you more insight on things that I did not know about them. One thing is that, like, I did not know Freddie Mercury was Persian. I didn't know that, so that was a fun fact that I didn't know. And then there's a lot of other things that they dive into when it comes to Queen. But I'm not gonna go too deep into it now because there's a whole thing when it comes to the characters of Queen, because this movie obviously is supposed to be about Queen, not only Freddie Mercury, but we're gonna get right into that with our pros and cons. So for one pro, I can definitely tell you is the guy that is playing Freddie Mercury. Rami Malek, that played Freddie Mercury, did a awesome job of portraying the character, like, in basically making you believe that he was Freddie Mercury. Like, I didn't even really take to it at the first couple of seconds, but after a while, as you go through the movie, you definitely start to really like just, take the movie for what it is. They go through the movie and our eyes are always mostly on Freddie Mercury, so we're seeing things through Freddie Mercury's eyes and what he's going through, really. But they do a pretty dang good job of making sure that the other Queen members are incorporated. I'm talking about to the point where you really get invested in the characters, because like just learning like where they went to school at, or learning like which one's more into like messing with girls, the one that basically writes all the songs. They do a good job of like diving into those things, and I felt like over time, another thing that helped that out as they grew as a group, as you keep the characters Queen come in and out, like you get enough meat on there to be invested for this epic end that they basically have. I feel like usually movies, you want to slow build and then you rev up and everything, and then bam, like this is like this total opposite type of feel. Like, I feel like once you first go into this film with and by the way, when it comes to the introduction, check the introduction, because it's pretty cool. When the Fox sign comes up, they do this Queen-esque type of music to the score that usually is the Fox logo, so check that out. Going back to the pace, is that I just like how it went from like it's this fresh, like it's energetic. You're getting to know the characters. Everybody's like saying their dialogues, and they're real interesting characters. There's jokes, and it doesn't feel like forced. It feels like something that they would say. So now it's about that time for us to get into our cons. I think it's just a nitpick, you know what I mean? It's just that when we start off and everything, and I think it's like 1970 something or whatever, then all of a sudden it jumps forward. We're like in 1975, 1978 or something like that. It was like 1978. But basically, we go through this period where there's a between period where you might ask questions to yourself that's like, or feel cheated out, like what happened between those times. I feel like that's a con that it's just a nitpick, that I can say. And I'm going through these cons, and there's not a lot of cons, or at least most of the cons are just mostly nitpicks. But we'll get to my overall thoughts at the end. But when it comes to another con I can talk about is, as much as I was just saying for the pros when it comes to how they still incorporated Queen and the other band members, I can say that I'm satisfied on how much they gave me from them, but there are times where like I was on Freddie Mercury and I was just like wondering, like, there was just certain things about the band members that I felt like we could have dived into more. And I mean, that's not a big problem. I know that's like a choice, and I feel like they actually did make the right choice. And at the end of the day, I was still satisfied, but it was something that did just leave me like just thinking. Also, another con that I can say that I did feel, I heard this more when it comes to critics saying that it should be like there should have been they should have dived darker into Queen. You know what I mean? They didn't go deep enough, like when it comes to like things and issues and things like that. And I can honestly say that looking at the movie, and some people even said this, like that it's a paint by numbers type of movie, and I can get what they're saying with that. I totally get that, and it kind of does got that. But at the end of the day, I feel like they did what they needed to do, far as like, giving you bits and pieces of like when it comes to how they are as characters, who Freddie Mercury is, who Queen is. Like when it comes to these songs, like how they were created, and like how did they become big and everything like that. And I feel like they did. And then when it comes to like the sexuality thing, and then Freddie Mercury's death and stuff like that. Yes, all of that stuff, they could have went even darker. I can definitely agree with anybody on it. But far as a viewer, and just like on my first time when I was just like watching it off rip, just like having a good time, like personally, I feel like I was still satisfied. So I'm in my cons. It is something that I felt that, yes, there were certain things that I felt that they probably could have gone a little bit deeper. But far as a movie in whole, I feel like it was very satisfying. I felt like it was done the way it needed to be done. So I would give Bohemian Rhapsody an 8.9 out of 10. I was about to give it an 8.8 just because of the band. You didn't really get as much of the band that you wanted. But for a 2 hour and I forgot how many minute movie that you actually feel those hours, just to let you know. But it is so like worth it at the end and everything like that. So definitely keep you engaged. The pace is there, like I said. But yeah, I was about to like nitpick about that. That way I would have brought it down to 8.8. But overall, 8.9 out of 10. I enjoyed Bohemian Rhapsody. Go and watch it. If you did watch it, comment down below. Let me know if you liked it, did not like it. Hit that like button if you like this review. And also subscribe to this channel so you can get more notifications for my reviews or anything else that I have going on. I guess I'll catch y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Madmave out. Peace.